Welcome to another episode of Velocity Chaos! Hello and welcome here to the Velocity Chaos podcast. Doing hand gestures at the video camera. If you are watching us on YouTube, you saw it. If you're not, hello and welcome. Thank you. We are coming to you at the speed of sound on the airwaves at the Hexapod Soundhouse in Cleveland, Ohio. My name is Luke. I am here, joined by my co-host, Nick.
Wow, solid period right there. This is boom, Nick.
Just reading it.
I thought you were going to keep going.
Me too.
Dropping it. I would also like to introduce our trusty and our much beloved DJ Sweet and Low.
Hey.
See, I could do it too.
Talk about a period. Thanks for having me out this week, guys.
Always happy to have you here running the board, making it sound sexy. Speaking of sexy, what's our sexy show going to be today, Luke?
Oh, you're done?
Yeah.
All right. Sexy show synopsis. Segments starting with, we're going to find out what's popular. We already touched on some carnivals and roller coasters a couple episodes ago, but I feel like we can delve back in. Just,
Nice.
Figure them all out. And then Nick's got some chest hair he wants to unveil, get off. Maybe a little light taco meat. Then we're going to get into one of our favorite segments. Based on a true story, we're going to pitch a live action movie to the producer here. And then I want to go back, take us back to a little neighborhood of nostalgia. All that and more on this episode here at the Velocity Chaos Podcast. We explore the highest heights of human knowledge and the lowest depths of crude humor. Our mission is to tickle that pink thing between your ears and poke that frontal lobe, or sometimes just smash the laugh box. Ha! So hop in and buckle up for an infotainment ride across the airwaves.
Before we get into it, a reminder to follow us on Instagram at Velocity Chaos Pod and on Facebook. Also, drop us some stars on iTunes, some love on Spotify, and toss us a sub on YouTube. Thanks as always for your support.
Boom. Period.
Now that's an exclamation mark.
Oh, sorry. I read it wrong. Typo. That's that's what we get into. Excitement and do we know what's popular is what I want to get into here.
We're learning.
Like I said, you said you weren't a roller coaster guy at first.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have someone to introduce you. And then you're like, this is totally fun and exciting.
Yeah.
Woo!
I was about to argue with you, and then we recorded my answer, and I can't remember what it was, so I'm gonna trust you on this.
Although you did catch me on one episode or two ago about
I'm just backing you up.
Something.
I'm not trying to catch you. I'm not trying to catch you.
Exactly. I appreciate it. But what do you guys think? Okay, let's first top 10 amusement park rides. Not like what's the best roller coasters.
Yeah.
It's like, what types of rides do you think are most popular? And let's just get this out front. Roller coasters are number one. So what do you guys think 2 through 10 is going to be?
I think bumper cars.
Okay.
Top 3.
That's a good
Did
one.
I take yours? I took DJ Sweet and Low's. I took his answer. I would beat you at Family Feud, I guess. Go ahead. What's yours? Go ahead.
I don't know.
He's got the soundboard here for effects, and he's tapping on the microphone.
He likes to do things practically.
That's true.
He's a
Really
practical,
into practical
sound.
effects. Tilt-a-whirl? Tilt-a-whirl, is that
Nice.
our ride? Like
Yeah.
I think the big swinging arm.
Like
You
the
know,
ship?
Oh, yeah.
the one where you're sitting next to people. So it's not like
it's like
ship.
a theater seating.
Yeah, and the theater seating
bench.
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like going way up and spinning, and then it comes down and spinning. That's Skyhawk, I think they call it.
Maybe. I don't know what the style of ride is, but I can agree with that.
Ferris wheels.
I think that's up there.
That's up there. trying to think of other rides that aren't like kiddie rides. I guess is that a category? Kiddie rides,
I think carousels.
carousels.
I think
Oh
that's-
yeah, carousel.
That's probably popular.
And then what about the spinning? Everyone's spinning around and you can like turn yourself around like this.
Oh, right,
Salt
right.
and pepper shakers.
Like a
salt
That's what we call them.
Yeah.
scrambler.
the scrambler.
Scrambler,
Yeah, the
yeah.
scrambler. Yeah.
Got to delve back into the roller coaster tycoon
Yes,
dictionary.
yes, dude. Oh,
Maybe we're just gonna turn into a roller coaster tycoon nostalgia.
deep down. Yeah, double.
It's gonna be a
step.
ramble on for 50 minutes about roller coaster tycoon.
I love that game.
I'm running that down. But and then the chair swing. That's the other
Chair
one.
swing. All right, so let's get into it. 10. I have never done this one. I've always been too afraid. The bungee swing, where you get into that, got the rubber bands, and then they put you on and then drag you up like 100 feet in the air, or whatever it is.
Yeah, I thought they like pull you down.
Or
and latch you in.
whatever. They pull you up and then let you go.
And then the
Oh, you're
operator.
talking about the swing one.
Yeah.
He's talking about the one where they lift it and it's like a big swing.
Oh,
Yeah.
the
You're
swing.
thinking of the slingshot one.
The slingshot.
Oh no.
That would be the best ride to work because you could just be the snarky like attendant who's just like bottoms up, boom. Everything you said would be so cool because you'd hit the switch and they'd go flying. You'd just be like,
If you love me, say ah.
just walk up, sup, boom, into the sky.
And so this list, before we get it further into it, this is coming from thetop10s.com. And I feel like this list could change even if there was one voter that just came in and voted stuff. So I don't know how deeply based this list is. So take it with what you want. But getting onto it, we got number 9, the carousel. Just round and round on your horsey.
Number 9.
Have you ever what is it? Is it the Cleveland Automobile Museum?
Oh yeah.
They got that old one in there that they I think they built the museum.
Oh yeah,
like,
but case.
around it. Yeah,
It's the
Case.
old vintage carousel. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a whole thing dedicated to just that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a beautiful one. They only let a certain amount of people ride that.
Yeah, it's
'cause
very
so old. Yeah.
Yeah. I went there for a couple of events to run camera, and yeah, it's like
There's a shot that's just rotating.
I
around.
wish that would have been cool.
Yeah.
But they got some sweet cars there,
Oh
like
yeah.
some of like the first cars ever produced and stuff, and
Yeah.
they got a DeLorean and all that
Yeah.
cool. Well, like, they rotate them, but yeah, really cool. Recommend it visiting there. Number 8, you guys hit on this one. Bumper cars.
Wow.
The
So
Whiplash
low?
maker.
So yeah. So low. I'm surprised.
The back herder.
Did you ever play Whirly Ball?
I did.
Is
once.
that actually fun?
It was.
Okay.
You know.
I never got a chance to play it. But
Yeah.
bumper cars it's like polo bumper cars.
Polo wiffle ball slinging bumper cars.
You're not hitting it, you're throwing it.
Yeah, it's like you scoop it up and then like, or what's the one with the
Lacrosse.
stick? Yeah, lacrosse. I think
With
more
the
lacrosse with one hand.
Baseball.
Like highlight. So they do that. Have you ever seen? It's like, is that the same thing? Like the highlight scoops, or am I totally
maybe,
out of bound?
It might be like that. This was like 15 years ago.
You guys are like, what the hell's highlight?
Yeah.
Are they still doing that?
Highlight,
Whirly
no, sweet and low. I think,
mispronouncing it.
yeah. No, I think they still do that. They got their.
Okay. I was just curious. I've never got to.
There's one place near here, within half hour that has a facility.
A facility.
They have laser tag and or had this. Like I said, this was 15 years ago that I was there.
Okay.
Next one, you hit on this one, the scrambler. Just round and
wow.
round, the old vomit inducer. Don't ride within 3 hours of eating.
These are just like varying degrees of physical ailments, right?
Yeah.
Whiplash, like when you sit on those horses, carousels are nice and pretty and everything, but sometimes you sit on them and you slide down the saddle and your nuts get crushed.
Yeah,
Like that's a hazard.
this is a family hazard.
It's a family hazard. It's a future family hazard.
You know what the top 10s allows us to do here
What?
is they have comments. So that strange kid 42, he says, scrambler, just overall fun, a little dizzy, but you can get used to them. So we have these insightful tidbits and facts.
Who's building up their dizziness tolerance? Like
That strange kid 42 is.
That explains a lot from that handle.
Strange a lot.
But yeah, that would be funny. I wonder if you could build up a tolerance with
Yeah.
dizziness.
Eventually, there was what was-
Comment back to him.
Yeah, hey, that strange kid. I'm gonna downvote the Scrambler one. There was that one. It's like a anti-gravity ride where it's like a cylinder. Maybe 15 feet, and then it just you stand against the wall and it starts spinning at an incredible rate, and then they drop the floor and you're stuck to the wall.
Like a cyclowhirl or whatever.
Yeah.
But
that.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I remember going to Jogga Lake though. They had one, and there was some guy that kind of stayed behind the door, and he he just stayed on riding that, and everyone else would get off, but he would stay on, and I don't know, if he was messed up or drunk, and that was the only thing that kept the world from spinning, is being on that.
He saw everything perfectly at that moment. Wow.
But I just remember that as a kid.
I again never got to ride on one of those. So the floor just completely drops out.
Yeah, they slowly, you start spinning faster and you feel the G forces, and then they lower the floor.
Could you stand up potentially, like vertically, like horizontally?
If you could withstand the G forces.
If you didn't skip leg day.
That's the move. Is like me and my brothers. I had 2 older brothers and a bunch of cousins. We'd before it got up to speed, you try to run and change places. And I mean, you talk about the guy behind there. We did it too many times. They started putting a guy in there, and they would yell at you. They'd be like, "Get on the wall!"
He was
the guy who worked the machine.
No, he wasn't a guy who worked it. He was just a guy. He did not have a
Jerry.
very good look on his face.
Did you know somebody made a movie about a woman who falls in love with one of those machines? It's like a French art house.
What are you watching?
It's called Jumbo. And there's this crazy scene where they make love, and the machine just dumps oil all over her.
That's
all I know about.
So number 6.
Keep going.
Number 6. I don't think I would have guessed this, not thinking it was technically a ride. I guess it is. I haven't ridden enough. A dark ride.
What?
So where it's you go sit in a cup, and then you go into animatronics and stuff, or stuff jumps up.
I love that. I love those.
Yeah.
Said that so enthusiastic. I love that.
Tell us more. Tell us
Epcot,
your passion.
One of the best dark rides ever. Epcot. They used to have the one at Cedar Point that was it was disaster. What was it called?
Disaster Transport.
Disaster Transport. Yeah.
Was that one? I think that was just an inside roller coaster. I don't know if that was necessarily
that's
a dark
the thing.
ride.
There wasn't really. It was a combination dark ride because it was dark in there.
And it was the only place that was
extrapolating.
air conditioned on a 98-degree day.
But yeah,
That's at least 7 degrees Celsius for you guys for
more
the
than.
conversion.
But the cool thing is about that ride, riding a roller coaster in the dark is actually really fun.
Yeah.
And I know they got rid of it to build another bigger steel roller coaster, but
not enough
Disaster
people rode it.
Transport, right? That's what you said.
Yeah.
And it was also one of those bobsled coasters.
Oh.
So you weren't on a rail. They just drop you off and you just feel stuff whipping past your head.
Just the cool mist.
Come out. Why is your hair shorter?
Just buzz cut.
I don't know. I didn't see anything in there.
It's nothing. But those are probably first date rides or something. You take the girl, dark rides, and they get scared. And I'm here, babe, I'm here,
Babe. Wait, one more thing.
Yeah.
If you ever get to go to York, England, or if there's any listeners out there, York, England, it was a big Viking city way back in the day. And they built this amazing museum where you go in and you're looking at all the museum, and then you get on a ride, and it's underground, built into the museum. And you get into this, it's a 6-seater cabin, and it's from a rail comes down, an arm comes down and is holding your little cabin, and you're sitting there, and then it moves you through this entirely animatronic Viking village that they built almost to spec.
The Vikings.
Exactly. yes. The fishmonger. And it's there's just a guy holding these animatronic fish that are flap, 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 flap. It's a great experience though. It's really cool. I recommend it.
Is that how you would think that people should be taught things now?
I think people would learn a lot more because
retaining.
the line for that was very long, and they were charging $30 a head. So if you want to be a museum that makes money, put in an animatronic installation.
That's the future.
I should say 21 pounds or whatever.
Yeah, whatever the conversion. Yeah. Number 5. Water slide. Unnamed person. I love these. I prefer ones with the 70+ foot straight drop. Those ones scare the shit out of me. I've only rode them once, went down once, and you definitely have that free fall aspect of like, am I gonna catch a breeze and fly off of this thing?
Wow, catch a breeze. My shorts just
just parachute up.
Yeah, parachute up. It's amazing the human body can just like withstand that amount of. I know it's water, but you're skimming across water. You know,
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy.
There's a hilarious "It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia" scene.
I didn't want to bring it up.
Oh.
Yeah. Now that you go ahead.
Yeah, I just saw the clip of this, but I don't know the whole context of it.
Oh, well, then you got to go watch it.
Yeah.
Talk about Frank going down.
Yeah, Frank going down.
Because they have the Aquafina bottle.
Yeah. Go watch it. This is a recommendation.
Yeah.
No,
watch the whole episode.
Watch the whole episode.
The water park episode. The gang goes to the water park. Great episode.
Great show.
Yeah.
I just remember going on a water slide as a kid, and you do get on your heels and shoulder blades, and that's as fast as you can go.
Yes. I discovered that too when I
Yeah.
was 14, 27.
Like you just prop yourself up, like arch your back.
Minimal points of contact, and just kind of like shoulder blades and heels, and you fly.
It makes the ride so much more fun. I can't believe you. I thought I was the only one. Brothers.
Hell yeah, that's why. That's why we connect.
That's why.
But so one time, me and my brother figured that out, and
Yeah.
we were like, all right. He's like, who do you want to go or do you want me to go? And he's like, whatever. We figured it out. But he went down sitting, like super slow, and then he got to the point where they flagged and like, okay, send the next kid. And so he was like slowing himself down, and I just come flying around, and I passed him on the ride. It was great. One of my highlights of my life.
Hey, that's a good one. You're making me want to go to. I'm gonna go to a water park this.
It's a
I'm gonna go find a
cesspool. Gross.
now I'm not gonna go.
Yeah, there you go.
But
Take your kids. They're young. They can withstand it.
so when it's okay when you're younger to go, but once you're an adult, you have to have principles. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Why would you not go to a water park as an adult, though?
Gross.
I guess.
Number 4, Ferris wheel. You ever seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Totally unrelated.
Let's really pivot. Those rides are boring as hell to me. I'm not a fan.
That's another first date thing. It's checking the scenery.
You been on a lot of first dates?
0.
I just skip that and go
Yeah.
directly into the committed relationship.
right.
If she sticks around,
Yeah.
she's a keeper. If she doesn't, I was wrong. My bad.
Yeah, my bad. You gotta shoot to kill, It's hunting season. No. Number 3, log flume. We weren't getting anywhere on that one.
Yeah, no, because I hated it. No, log flumes, I like water rides.
I see.
No.
I'm like getting wet.
You get wet. You're walking around that funky theme park with your Chafies all going.
Okay, but if you're at Cedar Point in the middle of July and it's 97 degrees.
And I had the foresight to only wear swimming trunks and water shoes.
So
maybe.
You would not go on the ride even if you're just like blazing.
Probably not.
Wow.
It-
That's fun.
I'm not walking in wet clothes all day.
If it's 97 in the middle of July, you're not going to be wet long.
My taint is gonna stay moist all day.
Just expediting a bloody awful trial for the next 2 hours.
It's not worth it.
But they are cool. The log flume.
You ride
Go
the
down.
Ferris wheel scratching.
Yeah.
You can really
So
tell though.
itchy.
You can really tell all those good old boys who don't care.
Yeah.
Guys who go on the log flume. It's like their 5th time on that
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, once
The
you go, you
rotating.
can go as many times as you want after that. That's cool. But it's that first one where you break the seal of dryness.
Why don't you just wear your swimming trunks to Cedar Point next time?
I don't know. That's weird.
Just carry around.
I like a little bit of comfort.
Just carry around some cornstarch. I'm sure they'll let you take it in, and just wear your
Squeeze some baby powder puffs up
Yeah.
there. Cup it, toss it under the grundle. Number 2, drop tower. Oh, wait, this was supposed to be the finale because we already know number 1.
I don't go on those.
You don't like them?
No. I
You
don't-
scared?
Yeah, I'm scared.
The quarter on the knee trick. Come on, man.
What's the quarter on the knee trick?
This guy doesn't know the quarter
No,
in the
quarter
knee
on the
trick.
knee.
Sweet and low. Give him this.
You go down the drop
Skinny.
tower and you take a little chain. You don't take everything out of your pocket. You put your change on your or on your knee. Put like a quarter on there, and when you drop, it'll float right above your knee all the way down.
And then go through your kneecap when you get to the bottom.
It just impales someone down on the ground and then gives them a concussion.
That's cool. How many times do you do that? Every time?
Pretty much every time.
And you lose the quarter every time?
Oh, it's worth the quarter.
Worth it.
It's like going to Aldi.
Price
You
of
just leave it in the cart.
You say, no,
Just go
man,
rogue.
just take it.
You got all these suckers that are, trying
Pay
to get the
forward.
quarterback.
Pay it forward.
Push that bitch into the road. You want your damn cart? Go get it. Now, drop towers, those are, I think, some of the scariest rides for sure. Out of, like, comparatively to anything else, that free fall drop is it's scary.
It's the trigger moment, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't know what's going to happen.
Well, have you ever ridden like Power Tower?
No, I told you.
Well, you say you don't ride them, like.
Oh, I haven't ridden it.
Oh,
I haven't
okay.
ridden
Well, we
it.
have to ride one then. They got the red one that just shoots straight up, like, so you kind of like suspense of getting flung into the air, and then the green one slowly takes you up like 150 feet, and you're just sitting there dangling, and it goes, and you kind of go down maybe a foot or two, and it goes back up. The pressure's building, and then kind of come down a little bit, and you go up, and then it just drops. Like, so that one, like, suspense is bar none. Like,
I wonder who invented that ride. That's a real
asshole.
sicko.
yeah.
It's the best one.
A genius.
Yeah.
I wonder. Yeah. I wonder other applications for power towers. Like if you could industrialize them to do cool stuff. I don't know.
I don't know.
Not thinking about that right now.
But yeah, roller coaster number one.
Okay.
That's you have a favorite roller coaster? Sweet and low.
Great question. I think the Millennium Force.
Yeah. Millennium Force is just, even though it's 20 something years old now, 22.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Wow, really?
Isn't it 2000?
Yeah, I believe you.
Or was that the Magnum XL 2000? And then was it like, it's close to 20 either way. Or no, I felt Magnum was like in 98 or something, and then Millennium Force. Yeah, Millennium 2000 was a Millennium.
Yeah.
And then it's just so smooth.
Mm-hmm. It's perfect.
It's great.
This is going to be so regional, too.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, at the time, it was the tallest roller coaster in the world.
Yeah, 308 feet. It was open in 2000. You were right.
Yeah. Even the Magnum was pretty good, or still is.
I
There's no line for the Magnum.
But the problem with the Magnum is there's a
The moguls.
there's a flex right here. The thighs.
Oh,
My
killer.
thighs are huge.
He's got some tree trunks.
So that ride. No, I'm just kidding.
Let me get the camera.
I don't care how thick or thin your thighs are. That ride is there to destroy them.
Yeah.
It's that crossbar, and it rides in an awkward place.
It pins your legs to the ground.
It does.
And so when you go up over the little bunny hops, it like pinches. I can't ride that ride anymore. Like it's just
yeah.
I'm a
It's
little
like,
wussy.
You kind of gotta like get. I know I'm far away, but you kind of gotta get away from the like ass towards the. No, you're fine. Ass towards the like front of the seat. So then like.
Oh, so you
the
figured
bars,
this out.
Yeah, but then it's just uncomfortable. So it's like you just gotta bear with it. Like the problem is
Bar
like,
your teeth.
you can't tuck your like feet underneath the seat, like in having like longer shins. Like you just got that pressure.
It's just
fun.
funny. It's an awkward design
It is.
car, and every time I go, I'm always like, I'll figure it out this time.
You don't.
And you go down that first hill, you're like, hey, I'm making it. And then the first up, it's brutal. It made me like really upset one time. I don't know what it is.
The coolest thing I think I've done with Top Thrill Dragster.
That's a great one.
So-
What's the go ahead.
No, so sitting. First, we did it. I think back in high school, we went for like a trip or something, or I went with some friends. But we and my one friend still has the picture. So we all went on, and we had like 2 shirts on.
Yeah.
And they in that ride, Top Thrill Dragster, they take a picture right when you take off. So you're like, and then when you're going up, you switch clothes. Like you take off your shirt. And then so now you got different clothes on, and then you come to the bottom. They take another picture, so we all have different clothes on on the way back. I thought that was just so awesome.
Yeah. Wow. That was a fast change.
Yeah, you got to be quick.
Because it's what, 7 seconds? What is
like
it to the top?
something like it's super. Like
It's one of
you're
the
done
coolest
in 10
experiences.
seconds, like whole total
It's
ride.
one of the coolest experiences. I also really like the Maverick because of the the chute, like where they fire it up?
That's a ear basher.
An ear basher.
Yeah, your head's bumping back and forth. I got a long, weak neck. My ears are getting slammed back and forth.
My ears. And then I also like, it's not at Cedar Point, the Superman in
the lay down,
New Jersey. I like that because that's like the closest you're ever gonna get to just cruising, flying. Around.
I would like to ride one of those.
Yeah, it's definitely worth your time.
Yeah.
No, I like the Maverick. The new ones are okay. They're a little gimmicky to me with like the pause drop and then they drop you over the side, or then the side by side cars. What is that one called? The Gatekeeper at Cedar Point.
Oh.
They got the Foul Raven.
Yeah,
Sweet. They're smooth though.
They are smooth. Yep.
Buttery.
Buttery rides. I was thinking two things. One, I would like to know what the longest ride time roller coaster is.
The Beast.
The Beast?
At least it used to be like 4-something minutes.
That's what I want to go on, like a 10-minute roller coaster.
You
No,
go on those dark rides, go on your Viking tour.
Yeah. No, seriously, why not? Like, it would be cool to build just a 10-minute
journey
ride.
You're like you're laughing, you're crying.
I would love.
Like,
Yeah,
then you're
it's a
laughing
symphony.
again, and
It's a symphony of steel and screams.
you go from a boy to a man. You come back a totally different person.
All the guys at the that are running the ride, like first time, yeah, man. Hey, welcome. About to pop.
Here's a
cherry.
beer. They slide you a beer down the bar.
And that segues perfectly into my other thought. It would be hilarious and interesting to have an adult like theme park roller coaster park. That'd be funny. Just like name all the rides, just totally inappropriate thing. Like instead of the Maverick, the ones that bang your head around, it's like the knockers. Like
The
it's
knockers.
perfect. Just,
Can we ride the jugs?
yeah, exactly. It's just a trampoline park.
Yeah, that's all you need, really.
It's just a Playboy Playgirl. Boom, done.
I like it. I'm glad we could end with
Now that Hef is gone, we need some rebranding.
someone's got to.
Someone's got to step up.
Yeah. Oh, Hef, where have you gone? The light that you were once shining, now gone. But you know what does shine just like that? Light shines just like that. Light offers levels of unimaginable illumination. Say that 5 times fast. No, don't. Because that will activate Light's self-defense sequence, self-destruct defense sequence. And unless you're in dire need of a distraction, don't say Light offers levels of unimaginable illumination 5 times. Because if you do say Light offers levels of unimaginable illumination, we all know what would happen, and that's not good. I heard that this one time at the factory where Light was produced, a worker said Light offers levels of unimaginable illumination 5 times, and my goodness. Let's just say some prayers for those who were affected. Oh, where's time gone? I haven't even told you about Light's lifetime warranty and that other garbage stuff like that. I just got so hung up on telling you not to say Light offers levels of unimaginable Wait a second. I see what you're trying to do. You can't fool me that easily. Anyway, get Light because they paid us to say that. This is not an actual service, product, or idea. Just in case you thought it was, it's not. If there is something out there with the same name, we are unaware and have no affiliation and offer no judgment on the actual product, service, or idea.
And you thought Candyman was scary. Watch out for Light, bro.
Unimaginable.
Light will mess you up. Luke.
Yes.
I'm angry.
Why? What is bothering you?
I have to get something off my chest hair.
I'll comb through it if you need me to.
I would appreciate that. Calm me down. Nice.
I'll sing you Amazing Grace.
Little lullabies.
Yeah.
This is a segment we call chest hair where we need to just get something off our chest. It's something that's bothering us, something that we don't like, or something irritates us. Most of the time, it's stuff we don't understand, and we're just afraid of it. Like in this case, today's chest hair is about the metaverse.
We're scared.
All right. You ready to jump in on this, DJ? DJ Sweetlow, he's like, I'm tapping out. Muting my mic. I'm out of here.
Scared of the Matrix and the...
I'm going to just run through a bunch of my stuff really quick because I want to talk more. I want to have more of a discussion.
Okay.
So, first coined in 1992 in a book called Snow Crash, written by Neil Stephenson. So that's how long the word metaverse has been around. The concept of avatars has obviously been, I think, around since ancient Greek philosophy. But
screw you, Neil.
Screw you, Neil. There's been fictional examples in The Matrix, in Ready Player One. Those are typically the big ones. And yeah, so it's been around for a long time as a term, but more and more is being invested in the philosophy of it and the way it looks, the way it's pictured. This guy named Matthew Ball, who's a big-time investor. Matthew Big Balls Ball.
Nice.
He says the metaverse is the next internet. That's where a lot of these people are looking for this thing.
Does he stand in a very tall tower, like in a turtleneck and a blazer over it, and just like looking out over the minions of the world, sipping a glass of wine
of calves' blood?
Yeah. The Metaverse.
Maybe. He just lives to say stuff like that. Like,
yeah. If I had a ton of money, that's what I would do.
Sir, someone's calling for an interview. Who is it? Cosmopolitan. All right, put it through. What is the metaverse?
Well, yeah, tell us what it is. Lay it out.
It's a combination of different technologies working to synthesize the real world or created worlds. I wrote that.
Look at you.
I did not Google that. I did not take that from anywhere else. I wrote that.
Much better researcher than myself.
A scholar, some say. Common pieces of this technological puzzle are motion capture technologies, ocular augmenting devices, ultra-high-speed web bands, and high-powered render engines. There's a lot of really cool tech. So there are cool parts of this, but it's like the end product, the culmination of all this really bugs me. There's also a huge emphasis on creation, whether it's avatar skins, world creation, digital products. So you're really just selling codes, you're selling visuals that are displayed on screens, or in this case, immersive AR technology. So yeah, that's kind of what it is.
Jeez.
When is the metaverse coming? This is an important question.
Yeah.
Because I've really been wondering about this. So 1992, it's 30 years later.
Yeah.
And now we have people kind of giving us more of a prediction of when somebody could be Ty Sheridan and jump into Steven Spielberg's Ready Player One.
Yeah, hanging out with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. Zuckerberg, who to me is probably like the real guy in the turtleneck up in the towers drinking calves' blood. He predicts, get this, 5 to 10 years to mainstream adaptation.
That's crazy to think about, like,
isn't it?
I maybe that's just I'm not that necessarily involved. Maybe I'm more involved than I think, but I don't know. I just don't wrap my head around that. I don't subscribe to that reality, I suppose.
Yeah, well, that's a big thing. Kind of, I think when you grow up, like when did you grow up? What era did you grow up? What did you have? What technology were you exposed to? Obviously, this is a younger generational play with big money of older generations trying to get in early into a big new world. It's a .com kind of hoping. So I just wrote a couple things why I don't like this.
Yeah.
To me, it's a slippery slope to ignoring real world issues at macro and micro levels. And by that, I mean macro levels as in issues on our planet, global warming, war, conflict, economy issues, agricultural issues.
Hey, decide in the metaverse.
Hey, get in there and just make your voice heard, brother. And at the micro levels, just like personal health, personal hygiene, personal development. I have big concerns about the slippery slope this leads us down. I think it's just not the same kind of noble human kind of purpose that other people might have. Like, I'm a big admirer of Elon Musk.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to go to Mars and colonize Mars or the moon.
And start a metaverse there.
Probably. You just show up, you just get linked in. Here we are. No, but he wants to go physically. He wants to create new opportunities for humankind. And like, it's going to take physical, exploration, physical trials for the humans.
Yeah.
And then last, but kind of not least, to me, this is the back door for AI interference in human life. So
robots are going to take over.
that's my soapbox rebuttal.
Hello. My name is Luke from the Velocity Cast podcast, and I think that we need to stop these damn robots from taking over the future. That is a scary thought, though, to think of the robots. I mean, I guess we have all these movies. Is there any movie that's like robots are in control of everything and they're actually like cool, or is every movie plot robots are assholes in the end of it?
Wall-E.
Oh, I guess that's true. Yeah, the humans were the real. Well, no, I guess it's
robots were in
50-50.
control, yeah.
Yeah, 50-50 on that one.
So there's a really cool book called Sea of Dust by C. Robert Cargill, who is also the author of a few of. He wrote Doctor Strange, Sinister, I think things like that. Let me see that really quick because I don't want to get that wrong. Anyway, he wrote this book called Sea of Dust, which is about in the future. It's from the perspective of a robot who lives in a future where humans don't exist anymore. But the robot's in America, and it's just robot versus robot. And the interesting thing is robots are starting to, there's two different types of robots. Ones who have plugged into the AI and essentially given their conscious over to the mass. And so they plug into the AI, and the AI gives them new parts and materials, but their conscience is downloaded and put into like deep free storage. So they like lose an identity. They're awake, but they're stuck in that thing.
Oh, geez.
And then there's the free roaming robots who have independence, but they are scrapping for parts, which is kind of like humans like looking for resources anyway.
Yeah.
So they kill each other to take, like, if I need a new transistor or whatever in my leg, I'll kill you and take it and put it on me, and then I'll sell the rest of your parts on the black market.
Take my twisted transistor.
Yeah. So
that just makes you think, like,
that's an awesome book because it's just gonna repeat itself just with different beings.
What if there is a civilization like that where now there are only robots, and then we discover it, and you're like, what? This planet just has robots on it. Is that how it always was?
Like technology? I don't know.
Back to the question.
Yeah. Well, I was getting like back to the metaverse.
Maybe that'll be my metaverse. All robots.
I don't have to deal with people.
Make robots that invent people, and then they're gonna be like, oh no, the humans are taking over if we give them too much power.
Yeah. I want to just go back to the metaverse.
That was the metaverse. It was a robot metaverse.
You know what? We're just gonna start talking about robots. We're going full into Arnold Schwarzenegger, Terminator. My point is, I don't like the metaverse. I've made my point. I mean, I don't know. I know some people are really stoked about it. I can't even get my head around why you would want to buy a Fortnite skin. Like, why would you want to spend good earned money on a Fortnite skin? I'm okay with buying like a battle pass and then earning your way through a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
fine. That's a whatever. But going and just downright purchasing a skin, for me, I couldn't do it.
It depends. You're supporting the developer, especially with a free game. Like at that point, it's like, oh, okay, I'll give you guys whatever $5, and then now I look different in the game as
I guess
identifier.
That's fine. It's just funny.
That's the way I see it.
But like Call of Duty, like that's not the same. Like you're supporting a massive studio, one of the biggest conglomerates in the business.
Bunch of a-holes. But yeah, free games, I'll do that. Paid games, not so much.
I kind of want to go back to that discussion about the Viking people that I saw, and the animatronic Viking people that I saw.
What if? Oh my god!
The cool thing.
What if we're their in metaverse, like the Vikings created us, and then now we took over after they were done taking over, and they were like, we knew we shouldn't have created them.
Keep going.
That's all I got.
I was gonna say
I had nothing.
With their Iron Age, they created avatars and animatronic robots.
They created descendants.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have pillaged and raped.
This is karma. I don't know. I thought this was going to be more inflammatory, but I guess.
Well, the thing is, like, unfortunately, I agree. It's scary, though.
What's scary?
Well, you're talking about robots taking over, or did I take it there? Am I hung up on this?
Okay? Let's just go.
Come
into
back,
that.
man.
Go into that. No, go into that.
No. But so you would rather live your life in this made up world? Not
Me?
you.
No.
Yeah. Though you out there, I'm looking right at you.
Those digital people watching us.
Digital people. I'm looking right into the lens. No, so they would rather try to live next to Snoop Dogg rather than in real life trying to live next to Snoop Dogg.
Interesting.
Like, why? Like, what does that do for you? You're gonna look at Snoop Dogg's avatar that might be a lion for a year, and then he's like, no, it's actually a dog, and then he's gonna switch it back to a dog.
Yeah.
And he's like, and then you're gonna log on. You're gonna have your friends come over, but your friends really aren't gonna physically come over. They're just gonna come over to your metaverse house.
Yeah.
And then
it has cool applications. I think it is cool for like, visiting family and stuff. Over the pandemic, you play video games with people online.
yeah,
So it's cool to stay in touch with people like that. And now you could potentially actually have your Oculus on and we could all do this podcast from wherever.
mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Like, there's something really cool about being in a presence, shaking people's hands. I don't know. I think maybe I'm just too old.
You feel the auras. You don't feel the auras when you're in the Oculus or the Vive or whatever world.
Yeah. The thing is, you're always going to have to come to reality for something, whether it's eating, going to the bathroom, procreating, no matter what. Like
Nope.
The only
Not in the metaverse.
not in the metaverse. Well, if they can figure it out, cool. But it's gonna change the world when it does become mainstream. I don't know if it's gonna change it for the better. Look at the challenges that we already have with certain aspects of the internet, with Instagram and things like that. If you're constantly changing your appearance in the metaverse and you can't even stand to look at yourself when you get out of it because your avatar is gorgeous,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Like, what is that teaching you, that you could just replace it?
Well, that's the thing. In
You
the
don't have to work.
metaverse, it doesn't matter anymore because you could be whoever you want to be. And it's very empowering in life to be whoever you want to be, whenever you want to be. You don't have to get out of the metaverse and look yourself in the mirror and think, oh, you're garbage. Because you can go right back into the metaverse and feel good about yourself.
I guess. It's empowering, but is it real?
It's not. That's the thing. It's so superficial. And it's psychologically, I would say that has to be so detrimental to development of just anyone's mind state,
Yeah.
and very disadvantageous.
Maybe.
Is that a word?
Yeah, disadvantage. Yeah. I just think that there's going to be a lot of kids who are going to like be way past me on this. They're going to start making money somehow on the metaverse and do cool stuff, and I won't get it. And I'm not even that old. Like, it's just, technology is compressing time. It's giving younger people more and more opportunities. But we've been in this for a while. Are we past our 10-minute mark?
Probably.
Well, that's it for the metaverse. I got it off my chest hair. I don't know if I feel any better about it.
I didn't help.
Yeah, Luke's not a good therapist, man. DJ, where were you on that one?
Gotta let him ride the yin and the yang on that one, man.
Okay.
Because
Those goddamn robots taking over.
So we're if you have your own opinions about the metaverse, which we'll probably see you at, we'll have Velocity Chaos Planet eventually.
Yeah, there we go. That's how you're gonna make your money.
Hey, I'm all for it. Right now, I don't like it. Maybe I'll convert in a little while and be a metaverse.
You'll like it if it makes you money.
What is Zuckerberg calling it? Meta heads? Meta? He's calling his people like meta something. It's really funny. But anyway, we're going to pivot over into another segment called Based on a True Story.
Oh, it's a true story.
This is a fan favorite, I think. Unproven fan favorite, where Luke and I are essentially going to take a headline and we're going to pitch an original idea to a movie executive. DJ Sweet and Low will step in as the movie executive with his studio, and we're going to make it up completely on the fly. So I've picked the headline. I'm going to pitch it to Luke, and we're going to go from there. You ready?
I suppose.
Do you want to talk about...
I guess I have to be.
We're going to do... We're on the roller coaster. We're on the first hill. You are strapped in. Get ready to go. Here we go. Ready?
Ready.
Wreckage from 1800 ship washes up on North Carolina beach.
Wreckage from 1800 ship. So, do you believe in ghosts? I want to ask you that first. Get that out of the way.
I have spirits upstairs. I'll tell you what, I've been dealing with spirits all my life. Yeah, I believe in ghosts.
Then this is the ride for you. So 1800s, we're going to open up on a scene, on the sea, water's treacherous, triangle, you know what I'm talking about, Bermuda Triangle, coming through. Nothing survives the Bermuda Triangle. Stuff gets crazy. Warping, vortexes, transportals, metaverse probably, wormholes. No one knows what's happened, but just real light show going on here. We don't know what's happening, but the Captain Murdoch on the ship, just trying to weather this. It's like an electrical storm, but this is all happening like in the first few moments, like to kind of set this scene up. Don't know what's happening. Cut to the beach. Guy's taking his family, or taking his dog. Sorry, family. It's the only family he has is his dog. So he's taking his dog. On the beach. There's morning run, and stumbles upon this old ship wreckage that 1800s, 200 something years ago, thought was gone forever. And this come up on the side. What's it say?
The sweetness. The sweetness.
Oh, I like the sweetness. That's the name of my company, DJ Sweet and Low Studios.
DJ Sweet and Low Studios.
Yeah.
That's why we came exactly to you, because we felt like this would really hit you right where it counts.
Yes, okay. I like it.
So tell us a little about your studio, like you Sweet and Low Studio.
Sweet and Low Studios, yeah, we like to make sweet pictures, and down low. Well, I'll tell you why, but they are sweet. Now, my friend, he's got a studio, DJ Humpback. He likes water pictures, so he might like this too.
Good. Yeah, we actually know him, but so we have a lot of oceanics footage in this. So what happens with our main character, whose name is also Murdoch, coincidentally enough.
Oh, like my cousin Murdoch. Jeffrey Murdoch. Yes, sir.
Yeah, like Murdoch. So he is a descendant of the ship captain that we saw in the first scene. So we're going to go right for the punch. We're going to go right in and reveal, like, this guy's a descendant. And really the rest of the movie is just uncovering where the treasure is. Because essentially he, being a down and out kind of guy, no family, just has a dog. He's kind of like this rugged kind of adventurer type, taking a little break in California where his family was. He's closing up. His parents just died in a tragic tornado accident. Not in North Carolina, because they don't really have tornadoes in North Carolina. But he buried them in the family plot and is closing up business there. But him and his dog, Tango, are real life adventurers. So we are kind of introducing like a new kind of adventure character, kind of like a mix between James Bond, Indiana Jones, just in America, So you got Murdoch and you got Tango. They found this ship wreckage. They go out. There's a sexy scene. He takes his shirt off. He goes out to the rest of the wreck off the shore.
Oh yeah, I like sexy scenes in my movies.
This is after the tropical storm that actually blew through and triggered their tornado that killed his parents.
Oh no!
So this is all interrelated. That ship wasn't there until the storm went up the coast, like Hurricane Sandy, and like revealed this ship.
And then so he comes up to the ship, and like I mentioned, the ghosts before, these sweet ghosts, he starts kind of walking the wreckage, and these ghosts start coming up, and they say, "Aye, Captain," and he's like, "What the hell was that?" And another one, "Captain, he's back." And so just more and more ghosts. Like, so he's got his whole crew of ghosts that see him as Captain Murdoch. And, we find out he's a descendant. And then, so they start telling him, we have to find the treasure. We were so close until that hurricane came. And that's the best they could describe it. And so kind of, get these like welling of emotions and stuff. And so then he finally buys into it. He's like, okay, like this is what Tango and I are getting into this time. So the only thing that the ghost can remember, and it's like, this is where it's cool. The cool thing in the game and the movie is that as they get closer to the treasure, the ghosts remember more and more things. So instead of a treasure map, we have treasure ghosts, which we're trying to do something a little different, right? And the only thing they can remember is Cockburn. They can only remember Cockburn. They keep saying Cockburn. Like,
Wait, say it again. What's his name?
What?
What's his name again?
The main character?
Yeah.
Murdoch.
What was that last name you had that they keep saying?
No, his last name is Murdoch, but they keep saying Cockburn.
Oh, Cockburn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm familiar with that.
At first he's like, it's not the condition. It's not the condition.
Oh, okay.
It's the town, Cockburn Town.
Oh, right.
Which is down in this little island in the Bahamas, San Salvador Island, okay?
Oh, I love islands.
Which is just outside of the Bermuda Triangle, up in like the Turks and Caicos Islands, okay? So he figures that out because he's a treasure seeker, but he goes down there to Georgetown first. Not the Jamaica. We can't afford Jamaica. We gotta just go down to the Turks and Caicos.
Yeah.
And he meets up with his old friend, whose name is Jessie. She's an old flame of his. All right.
Oh, a little romantic thing going on.
And the first thing is, this is gonna be in the trailer. This is the perfect thing. He's gonna be like, "Hey, we need to go to Cockburn." And that's gonna be in the trailer. Like, there's some humor to this. There's some humor to this adventure movie, right?
I like it.
And she's like, "All right, yeah, I'm cool with that." She's like, or first she's like, "Oh, Stan." She's like, "Why would I ever go there with you? Like, you scumbag! You haven't called me in 10 years." And he's like, "No, Cockburn Town." And she's like, "Okay." And so then they end up like chartering a real boat. Remember, all these freaking ghosts are following Murdoch around, and Tango comes along.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So they're on their way to Cockburn Town. And they got to go through all the islands, but they're on their way to Cockburn Town.
So yeah, they're making navigating and kind of you gotta get the whole montage of ghosts are doing their kind of normal stuff of throwing ropes and pulling sails and
Sure.
all that good jazz, and it's just it's kind of like team building where Murdoch and kind of at first the ghosts are like, what's she doing here? It's bad luck having her on this ship.
Having a woman on board, yeah.
But Murdoch puts them in place. He's like, hey, if we got to get to Cockburn, she's coming with us, or else we're not going. And because they don't want to be ghosts, tormented souls.
Yeah, their captain says it. That's so they get closer, and that's what's revealed. To find the treasure, like they can go to rest once they find the treasure, so they're motivated to get out there. The rest of the movie, that's like our first 30 pages. The rest of the movie is a big adventure island movie, because they get to the island. Lo and behold, it's full of drug cartel people, because that's the modern times, and they have to figure out how to get in, get out with the treasure. So it's a treasure hunt movie with the cartel mixed in. The leader of the cartel was an old partner of Murdoch's, and they actually don't, they've had a falling out. So when they get close, they don't know that they have the island, so they get taken over actually, and the ghost just kind of like disappears. So like they're like hiding, right? But then they're like thrown in prison. They got a prison break, and they get closer, and yeah, there's just this really cool scene where he's talking to his old buddy. What's his buddy's name again? What's it?
Stetson.
And so they're trying to kind of write their differences, come back together as like treasure hunting buddies. That's a good scene. Do you want to do that scene?
Yeah.
So I'll do Murdoch.
Okay.
And you want to do Stetson?
I'll do, yeah.
Oh, I like this role play game, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, he should do that.
So right now, imagine you got Jessie. She's like tied up and hanging over like a giant pool of piranhas.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
So, Stetson, you don't have to do this, man.
I always knew it'd come to this.
Look, it's water under the bridge. Let Jessie go.
It looks like it's piranha under the feet.
That might be true, but man, we could split the treasure 50-50.
The way I see it, looks like it's about to be 100-0.
Okay, just wanted to make sure there was a period there. No problem. We can do that. Let's just let Jessie go, man.
I always knew you as a funny guy. We could do a 50-50.
I appreciate that. It's for old time's sake. But look, the thing is, we're going to need manpower to find the treasure. It's a dangerous island out there. It's a long search. I don't have a map. All I have is some ghosts.
You have the ghosts?
The ghosts of the sweetness, yes.
Holy shit, boys. We're about to be 50% owners of a treasure.
And they shake hands, and the one goon, they all celebrate. The one goon accidentally like lifts his machete and cuts Jessie's rope.
Oh, no.
She falls into the piranha pit, and Murdoch jumps in. Actually, Tango jumps in. We rewrote that scene.
Yeah.
Tango jumps in.
Yeah, Tango. What kind of dog's Tango?
He's like a big red lab.
Oh yeah, you should make him a chocolate lab. I really like chocolate.
That
lab.
makes sense for the
Yeah.
sweetness. Because like the whole funny thing is,
Yeah.
where I'm just gonna get right to the end, right? They get to the treasure trove, and it's just a giant, massive cave of chocolate. And that's what Murdoch was transporting. He was transporting cocoa and chocolate goods from South America back to Spain, back to England, and went through the Bermuda Triangle, got knocked off course. They dropped all the stuff and tried to make it back just to make it back to get more ships to bring more of the treasure back. So they dropped it at Cockburn Island, Cockburn Town, went back through the Bermuda Triangle, and then got thrown off course and crashed into the North Carolina coast. So we end with chocolate. That's why the boat was called Sweetness. And
It all comes full circle.
Murdoch and Jesse get back together at the end, and we're playing around with Stetson, maybe, making it or not making, sacrificing himself.
Yeah, that kind of last heroic,
You can
turn
have
around.
my half. Is the last thing he
Yeah,
says.
that's good.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
doesn't take himself. He sacrifices.
He's like, I'm a diabetic. So, he kind of doesn't.
He doesn't eat it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. That's our movie pitch. That's our movie pitch.
I gotta ask, who's gonna be playing in these characters?
We were thinking, for Murdoch, somebody kind of like a surfer dude, maybe like an Owen Wilson character.
Okay, I like him.
Yeah.
He's really nice with the puppies.
Yeah.
Owen Wilson. That good rapport, Marley and me.
Yeah, maybe we can get that
Exactly.
Marley dog to reprise their role, but as Tango.
Yeah, so we're just gonna have a little intergender kind of play there.
Oh,
Who's
yeah.
playing Stetson?
Antonio Banderas.
I don't know him.
Dan Aykroyd.
Oh yeah, I like Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a real talented gentleman.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get him.
That's okay. Who's gonna play this Jesse?
Because the whole ghost thing.
We were thinking of there's we want to find somebody new, like, there's this girl named Monica Smith that we auditioned.
Monica, yeah, I know a lady named Monica. She could play that role.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're open to whoever.
Yeah.
I think Penelope Cruz has a younger sister, Monica Cruz.
Oh, okay.
So I can tell you're really into this. You like
Yeah,
that.
I like that name, Monica. That's really nice.
Okay, great. Yeah. So that's our cast, and that's the movie.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you're looking for financing, I can help you. Well, I got my friend Jeff. He can probably help too.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So search for the sweetness is
Search
what
for
we're
the
calling
sweetness.
it.
Yeah.
And that's this movie where they find the treasure. I know something about finding treasure myself. I like this movie.
Search for the sweetness, national sweetness.
Yeah, National Sweetness. Sweetness
first-
Yeah.
Yeah, first national sweetness. I like it.
There you
Yeah,
go.
fellas,
there you
I
go.
think you got yourself a deal. We can make a movie.
Sweetness Crashers.
Sweetness Crashers. We're open to workshopping it.
Yeah,
We'll magical workshop that name, but something with sweetness. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Sweet and Low. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, fellas. You come back here anytime with your movie ideas.
Okay, we'll do. But we're gonna go make you a good one right now. Man, that was a gas of a segment, my dudes. Absolute gas.
Yeah, how'd it go? How'd your guys' pitch go today?
It was great. It was great. We got a movie. We're gonna go make it.
That's good.
We're going to the islands. Like I said, it was a gas of a segment. Speaking of gas, have you ever been on a crowded elevator? You know, the one where you're with that potential new business partner heading up to the corner office. Or you made eye contact with a hottie in the back while stepping in and you just let one slip. Or how about if you're cutting a rug at that crowded house party where you're at just the center of the celebratory universe. Everyone loves you and you just can't keep the sphincter taut. Well, we've all been there, so we all need Gasaway in our pockets. Gasaway is olfactory salvation in a small chapstick-sized canister you can easily stow on your person. If you get yourself in a situation that just stinks, pull the pin on a Gasaway. And instead of last night's chimichangas, my friends, your friends, colleagues, and local hotties will be smelling lovely lilac, summer spice, or autumnal aroma filling your personal bubble. If you're like me and need a bowel movement bailout, head over to gasaway.com and use the code VCAirBiscuit at checkout to get a BOGO bonanza of canisters. Never get busted again for breaking wind. This is not an actual product, service, or idea. Just in case you thought it was, it's not. If there's something out there with the same name, we are unaware and have no affiliation and offer no judgment on the actual product, service, or idea.
Bam! Keep it fresh. Fresh to death. You know who did keep it fresh? This is a segment here where I wasn't sure where to label this one, so it's just gonna kind of be both. This is gonna be a little bit of idol worship, a little bit of nostalgia.
Okay. 5 minutes and 5 minutes.
Yeah. This he needs, and maybe even quotational, maybe inspirational. Not as quotational, but more inspirational.
Look at this guy hogging all the segments.
It's taking them all. I thought of it originally as nostalgia, to be honest. So we'll go with that. So a man.
Why don't you take another 10 minutes to decide?
Yeah, exactly. And that's it we have here. Let's head to Aussie News. Fred Rodgers.
Hell yeah.
Needs no introduction. Fred McFeely Rodgers.
I feel like when you say that, most people would go, hell yeah.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
I mean, to those of them who grew up with him in their homes, on their TV, or even as their neighbor, this man needs no introduction. But we'll do it anyways, okay? I wonder if kids today, though, know who Mr. Rodgers is.
I was going to say, kids of tomorrow will have Fred Rodgers in the metaverse, in their neighborhood metaverse.
Hey, maybe he'll be everyone's neighbor.
He'll be everybody's neighbor. You're like sleeping in your metaverse house and you just, howdy, neighbor.
Hello, neighbor.
Yeah. You're like, what's going on, Fred? He's like, can I borrow a cup of sugar? Yeah, Fred, it's 3 a.m.
In the metaverse, Bob Ross and Mr. Rogers live together.
That'd be nice.
They adopt a little Asian kid.
All right.
Sorry to take.
No, that's good. I like the tangents. Mr. Rodgers, a true American hero, nay, a world hero.
Yeah.
Serving as a Navy SEAL, he was a decorated sniper with hundreds of confirmed kills. He wore his long sleeves to cover up the tally marks he kept on his arms for each of those men. Just kidding. He was not ever in military armed forces.
What?
Yeah.
Not at all.
No.
Wow.
I know that was something, at least when growing up, it was like, yeah, he was, Fred Rodgers was like a sniper in, Vietnam War or something.
That was a severely perpetuated myth.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a joke myth. It was people were trying to make people believe that.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious.
Yeah, no, it's like even the Marines published something like, no, he was never in the Marines. He was not, or a Navy SEAL or anything.
We all love him, but he was not in our group.
But Mr. Rodgers, he was a man who spread kindness and joy amongst all walks of life, a man who showed compassion and understanding in place of resentment and judgment. The same cannot be said for here us at Velocity Chaos Podcast. We're animals.
We hate the metaverse and everyone in it.
But yeah, I just want to talk about, Mr. Rodgers. What a great human being for, just spreading positivity in, a world where, people are laughing or, just being angry at stuff and judging people and complaining about things. He was just so accepting and, I don't know, just good
All the
natured.
incredible work that he did to advance issues surrounding red sweaters. I mean, brilliant. Brilliant.
So good.
He brought them to the forefront of our conversations.
See, the problem is he was colorblind, so he didn't know what color sweater he was wearing.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Fred Rodgers didn't see color, bro.
Yeah. See, exactly. He's someone who could say that. I don't see color. But so I guess all of the sweaters that he did wear were made by his mom.
Wow.
So I guess every
My
Christmas.
heart, I think, just grew a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like
3
expanded.
sizes.
Yeah.
See? We can learn a little bit. So it all stemmed way back when he was a kid and he was bullied.
Oh.
He was a fat kid, okay?
Really?
Fred McFeely Rodgers was a fat kid.
McFeely.
Yeah. That's a pretty cool middle name. McFeely.
McFeely. McFeely myself.
So yeah, he got bullied for that. So he would, go home and, cry or something like, and he'd play piano and stuff and just kind of, feel the emotions. And that led him to have the idea of the invisible, well, where did I write it? essential invisible within people, where everyone's dealing with shit. Basically, sorry, Fred, Mr. Rodgers. Everyone's dealing with stuff, so you don't know why. Like if you see someone doing something that you think's they're being a dick, like you don't know what they're actually going through that caused them to do that. That doesn't give them the right to do that stuff, but it's just that essential invisible of everyone that everyone's dealing with something, and everyone deserves someone to listen, or I don't know, a pass. I don't know.
So he coined that term,
I don't
essential invisible.
I don't know if he coined it, but
he used it.
Yeah,
I think that's a really bold choice to go down that path.
Yeah,
I think a lot of good people, or a lot of people who are open-minded, especially like now people I listen to or look at and admire, take that path of saying there's probably something upsetting that person today.
Yeah,
and they don't take it personally. It's great. It's kind of like, I know I harp on it all the time, the 4 Agreements book of not making assumptions. You're not assuming that person actually like hates you. You're assuming that something's going on in their life.
Yeah.
Oh, so you are making an assumption. Okay, so not that one, but don't take anything personally. That's it. Because if they're coming at you, you're just like, something must be going on with this person.
Yeah, that guy's just a piece of shit.
That's what's going on.
Hates his life at home. His dog probably sucks. shit on his shoes. Fuck that guy. But that leads me to think of the I heard this within the year. It's we judge other people based on their actions, and we judge ourselves based on our intent.
Whoa.
So even if we go through the same situation of just say it's something as simple as tossing something in the garbage can, like on the move or something, you can't pick it up and you miss. So you see someone else do it, like, oh, that asshole just threw his garbage on the ground. But you do it like, oh, no, I tried to make it in. And so you give yourself benefit of the doubt, whereas other people, that's probably not a good example, but just something for how you
what
can
happens
twist.
if you flip that?
I don't know. Is it what if
do a thought experiment?
Yeah, it is a thought. Because then are you too hard on yourself?
Well, use the same thing.
Oh, so throw it. Oh man, I'm just a piece of garbage for throwing that garbage on the ground. Oh, that guy was probably just trying to throw it in and missed. He'll get it next time.
So that doesn't sound like that is good either. It's got to be more of a You probably. Yeah, I think you got to give everybody the benefit of the doubt then, including yourself.
Yeah, that's probably not the greatest example, but
no, but I mean it's a good thought experiment.
Yeah, exactly.
You're being too hard on yourself.
Thanks, man.
That invisible investment thing. The important invisible, is that what it was?
Essential invisible.
I was getting close.
I thought the invisible investment was good.
Yeah.
I thought I was like, oh, is that what it was? Yeah.
You don't even know that I just gave you something.
Hey. I'm writing that one down.
I just inserted something deep inside you without you even knowing.
So
back to Fred Rodgers.
Yeah. So he would go home, play the piano, make himself feel better. That's always something that mellows me out, playing music and stuff. You just jam out. But so he was a musician. He played the piano, wrote songs for all the Mr. Rodgers songs, and several hundred more for other stuff. He went to college for arts and music, so he was a very talented musician songwriter as well.
Wow.
This guy did it all.
He did it all.
You know what he also did all? It said that he responded to all of his fan mail.
Jeez.
So his morning regimen would be waking up at 5, praying, going for a swim, general stuff, and then just taking a lot of time to read these letters and look at the pictures and stuff and respond. It says, responded to all of them. Who knows how true that is, but I would imagine I believe, he got to most of them.
Yeah.
With, or intended to get to all of them.
Trying to, at least.
Yeah.
So, because he wasn't a bigger guy later in life, so he got fit. So that was because I knew he was a big swimmer.
Yeah.
So that was his workout regimen.
And before, I just want to touch. So he said he received 50 to 100 letters a day.
Oh my God.
To respond to, and then to his health. So it said that he was obsessed with the number 143, and that's how much he weighed every day for the last 30 years he lived.
133?
143.
143. Still, that's light for a guy.
Yeah, I don't know how tall he was, but I mean, that could be a little thin for. He didn't seem like disproportionately thin unless he just wore bulky sweaters.
Yeah.
But so yeah, he was obsessed with 143 because he was always looking for ways to. How much?
6 foot.
6. That's skinny.
Yeah.
So he was always looking for ways to inject love into his life.
Sure.
And just spreading goodness. So the way he made it correlate to love is 1 letter for I, so 1, 4 letters for love, LOVE, 4, and 3 for UYOU. So 143, every time he saw 143, he thought, I love you. And that was just his way, like in the morning, to see 143 on the scale. He just instantly had self-love.
Wow.
And so it just brightened up his day. Even that made me kind of like tingle a little bit. Like, oh, that's adorable.
That sounds traumatic. Sounds damaging.
I love you. 143.
Yeah.
That's cute.
And I feel like that's just something he did in his life of just spreading love and positivity no matter, who he encountered. And you just have countless accounts of just people saying he was remarkable.
He is one of those special people, because I looked it up, like, what was his net worth? What was he getting paid? He never he was obviously famous. I mean, people knew him everywhere, but he wasn't your, like, show off, blow hard kind of guy.
No.
And yeah, I don't know. Just he helped define a generation, and people know when you say Mr. Rodgers or that person's like a Mr. Rodgers, they know that they're a genuine, very friendly person. So I think it's just really cool that people are willing to live that life. It's a hard walk, to say 143, I love you. I see myself in the morning, and
Yeah.
that I want to give other people love. And like they did that whole movie with Hanks and everything about, like we don't want to investigate Rodgers because what if there's dirt on him, right?
Yeah.
And then they do it anyway, and they find out there's not, and you're just like, somebody's got to be that
man
guy.
is a saint.
Somebody's got to be that guy, though, right? Somebody, some man or woman has to go be that person, because like the world needs those people desperately.
Yeah.
We're not all going to be perfect, and we can only maybe aspire to be more like Fred Rodgers.
Yeah.
But people got to try, because if you can start getting more people like that who can prove, like, look, you can live a good life of, spreading goodness and love without having to, be a pompous ass, then I think other people will feel encouraged to try to do the same thing.
Yeah. So a couple more things, and then I kind of want to get into some, life lessons real quick.
Yeah.
So he was at one point working, like, I think it was NBC, as like a musician to create jingles and show tunes. And that's kind of when he was like, I don't want to live like this. Yeah, he can live comfortably and probably be really successful. But it was like, he's like, I don't like that these shows are, it's people being angry about stuff and pushing negativity. And,
Sure, yeah.
And like, plus everything's getting paid for through advertisements, so we have to put out stuff that they want to see.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how he turned to public access TV with Mr. Rodgers, and he even went to the Supreme Court for those hearings, or the Senate for the hearings of, they were going to cut funding. I think it was Richard Nixon during that time. They were going to cut their $9 million funding in half. Wow. And he advocated for, he's like, hey, kids with the right amount of positivity, like that's going to be our future, and we have to invest in that.
Wow.
And do you want them watching that garbage when they can, watch good nurturing stuff?
Sure.
And so instead of cutting the bill, they made it to 22 million. So he more than doubled.
Wow.
Got more than doubled.
Wow. That's amazing. And
then the other thing he advocated for was the VCR.
Hell yeah.
So because of him in this trial with the Supreme Court, because big like TV companies were like, this copyright infringement, people are recording our shows, and then that's taken away from us. But then then Fred comes in, and he's like, no, this is the ability. He's like, I don't care if people record my show, like this is the ability of a family to record it and then sit down together and have time together as a family watching these types of things. So like they can record my show anytime, or whatever. It's like, I don't.
Oh my gosh! Just to like know the answer, like just for somebody like that to know the answer, to know that it's aligned with what you believe in, is so. That's what I want to be more like.
Yeah.
Gregarious is the word that a lot of people use describing him.
Yeah.
Oh, and his wife.
Yeah.
Are you gonna talk about his wife?
No. If you want me to.
Just really quick, she passed away just last year.
I saw that. It's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate, but she lived a long time.
Yeah, that's extra 18 years almost after he passed.
Wow, I can't believe he's been gone 18 years.
I think it was 2003.
2003. Yep.
What?
75.
Yeah. Stomach cancer. Man of consideration and not necessarily comfort. Always would change his shoes when he came into the house, on the show.
Yeah.
Changing out. It wasn't because he preferred wearing sneakers. It was because the sneakers made less noise than dress shoes.
For the
show. So consider it.
Sorry. I'm wearing my dress shoes right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But with that, there's other tidbits and facts. We'll have all those links in the show notes if you guys want to take a look. But I wanted to get into just a few kind of feelings that, he elicited. One being it's okay to feel whatever it is that we feel. So if you're feeling a certain way, it's okay. People might judge you, but you got to go through those feelings and emotions, and if it's difficult times, you got to process those things, and you have to face it too.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, but our feelings aren't an excuse for bad behavior. So it's like you got to process these things, but you're accountable for whatever you do. What's the next one? Other people are different from us and just as complex as we are. So it's like all the things that you're feeling on the inside, and you look at someone else and you're probably, oh, that guy's just a putz. It's like, no, they're probably just like you in some shape or form or way or another, dealing with the same bullshit that you are. I'm swearing here on the most I've ever sworn on this show during the Fred Rodgers segment.
Just really uncork something.
Yeah. That's what Fred does. He pulls out the best of us.
I'm sure Fred had a little cuss here and there every once in a while.
But yeah, so it's just,
Joanne. Pissed him off, put his sneakers in the wrong spot. What are you doing, woman? Darn it, woman. Whoa, Fred, calm down.
Oh, easy there, Fred. Easy, McFeely, get in touch with your feelings there.
McFeely.
So, let's see.
You know what? You're being a real McFeely right now, okay?
And you should be too. Just get in touch with yourself.
Get in touch with yourself.
We can work to make a difference right where we are. So
Dang.
I think that's a big
Conviction,
one.
man.
So you're like, oh, what am I going to do? Like, well, about all this stuff going on. It's like, no, that's kind of something I've been saying. It's like, just focus on what can you do in your personal life or in your community if you want to go a step farther. Like, or your, whatever your neighborhood, and then community, and then city. Like,
this goes back to the metaverse.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, people with the internet feel an immense pressure to influence people way beyond their circle because that's what popular people do. That's what people on the internet do.
Yeah.
But we do the Velocity Chaos podcast for each other, I feel like. We do it for the guys who sit here.
Yes.
And it's for fun. We have a good time. We talk all the time about how cool it is for friends to get together and have something to show for it. And when we're Fred's age, that's, in the 60s, we can listen to these podcasts and hear each other talk about what we thought back when the metaverse was not cool.
When we're 93 and
When we're
dead,
90
we'll be talking all about it.
But it's true. And if we can impact some people who directly listen to us and interact with us, that's different because they become into your sphere of circle. But like, if you're just popping out memes trying to or just videos of random things and not trying to really do anything, but, get eyeballs, to get advertisers, to get money, that's just an immense amount of pressure and kind of like putting your effort in the wrong basket.
Yeah, you might be financially successful, but, how do you feel?
If your circle grows naturally, it's okay. Because Fred Rodgers was doing his show, and then it became syndicated, and then it went beyond that. So that's fine. If the world comes to you, then you embrace it. But that high pressure of just like trying to get out and worry about everybody else and then you don't even take care of your home. You don't take care of your family. You don't take care of your friends that you consider family. And then you just go out from the circle from there. I'm with you on that. I'm 100% with you.
Your neighbors.
Your neighbors.
Yeah.
There you go.
Exactly.
Sweet and lows guy.
Do you know George A. Romero?
The zombie guy?
Zombie guy.
Yeah.
He got his start working in the neighborhood of Fred Rodgers.
That's awesome.
Out of college, Mr. Rodgers had him shoot small segments like how light bulbs are made, and Mr. Rodgers gets a tonsillectomy.
And then The Walking Dead was born.
Yeah.
Night of the Walking Dead.
So that kind of brings us to the last couple of things. It's important to make time to care for ourselves. So you're number one. If you're not okay, how are you going to take care of everyone else around you? So make sure you're off and well. And lastly, we're all neighbors. Everyone you're around, it's your neighbor.
Nice.
So just put out the goodness.
That's an underrated word right now. Neighbor.
Yeah.
That's what we need to focus on in 2022 of rebuilding that relationship of being a neighbor.
Yeah.
I know I'm guilty of it. I don't know.
Guilty.
I don't I don't know. I know a couple of people who live in my neighborhood, but not as well as maybe I should. Summertime's easier when you're all walking around and bustling around. You say, "Hey, you all right?"
It's tough now though. Like, everyone's so antisocial.
But see, I think Fred Rodgers would say, like, what is it? The essential invisible.
Nice.
Yeah.
I forgot it
The invisible
until you said
investment.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep screwing with you.
Yeah, but if you went to talk to someone, they'd be like, "Get off my porch, old man!" Just like jabbing with the broom or something.
Take your puppets and get out of here. Silly train. Why is there a train track following you?
Why is that train talking to me? I haven't done LSD for 30 years. I get you, man. Everybody's our neighbor. I'm thankful for you, neighbors. Mike, next door Mike over here. Across the street Mike over there. It's great.
Actually, there's like 3 Mikes that live over. One Mike passed away. Rest in peace. He's a good guy. But now there's 2 Mikes over there.
We outnumber him.
Yeah.
I love this segment. Were those all
That's
things
good.
that he said, or just
That was
things
just kind of like lessons pulled from
his
his
life?
nearly 1,000 or 900. I think it was 895 episodes that he did.
Wow. And when did he start?
Way back.
In the olden times.
In the olden times.
Yeah, I think. I
He
think
was
that
on the
about.
air, I think 68. Yeah, 68 to 2001. was
Wow,
Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
what a
Holy
great
cow.
guy.
That's 230. Wow. 33, right? 33 episodes.
33 times whatever makes almost 900.
Don't be a hero, mate. You look after your mates, and your mates will always look after you. Yeah, cheers.
See, that guy knows. You look after your mates. He watched Mr. Rogers, Mr. McFeely Rogers, because your mates will look after you. This is what I wanted to get into. I wanted to get into this story about a fugitive that turned himself in after 11 years on the run. He was dealing with it. He felt his feelings for 11 years. So the article says Gold Coast fugitive hands himself in after 11. Okay, I already read that part. Article says that he stabbed his friend, quote unquote, very friendly, his friend 11 times. He tried to gouge his eyes out and pull out his teeth. That was for his birthday. So that was one hell of a birthday present. Jesus Christ. He also accused him of biting someone else's nose off. And he turned himself after 11 years of time. That's
11 years of guilt.
yeah, just building up. Jesus Christ, man.
1 year for each stab.
I'm sure
Dang.
I'm sure that's what he was thinking when he turned himself in.
So if it gets to 11 years, they haven't got me. I'll get them.
Yeah, that's
These guys are idiots.
I won the game. Yeah, that was a complete 180 from where we just were.
Yeah.
I needed to wake you guys up.
Shaky,
I'm feeling-
shaky.
So don't get too close to people. Make sure your friendly neighbors are friendly.
And don't have birthday parties with people at them.
Make sure they don't have a love knife.
A melon baller. Hey, what are you doing with that melon baller, Jim?
Gouge your eyes out. Stop looking at me.
You know, he probably like left the scene of the crime and then just was hiding out in his house for 11 years. And the only thing on his television was the Mr. Rogers Neighborhood show. And just after 11 years, he's just watching every single episode, right? He couldn't handle it anymore. And turned himself in.
Gotta face it.
I want my neighbor back.
Jesus. Yeah, that was I don't have any more details on it other than just there's no other details that it was short, sweet, to the point. This guy stabbed the hell out of someone and then felt guilty eventually.
To the point of the knife, yeah.
I wonder if they knew he did it and like he just was able to evade them, or if they just didn't know.
I don't know.
Like, yeah,
he only killed one guy, so it wasn't like he was a serial killer. So he was obviously on the lam, and then he
accidentally killed him.
Oh, he said accidentally?
No, I'm saying it. He just stabbed him a few times. Okay, it wasn't the stabbing that killed him. It was the blood loss.
Stop running into me. Stop running into my hand.
You can't prevent blood loss.
It's like he thought that the eyeballs were like videotape recorders. And he's like, if I get rid of the tapes.
I want to see things from your perspective.
God. And then the nose thing. Like he was essentially, this is just the Jeepers Creepers guy. That's what this is.
Yeah.
He's just the dude trying to replace his eyeballs and his other parts with other people's parts.
Yeah, that's all it
I'm
is.
surprised he didn't chop someone's schlong off.
Hey, maybe he did. A lot could have happened in 11 years. If he was good for not getting caught for that one, who knows what else he did?
I just wonder if he was running and he was like, come on, guys, chase me. And like he dropped a hint and the cops were like, nah. And just like, it's not going to be now. It's never going to happen.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to turn myself in.
Yeah, maybe he was like watching The Precinct and they're like, man, this is the one that got away 11 years ago. I guess we can scrap it. And then he's like looking through his binoculars like, all right, they finally gave up. I can turn myself in now.
Walks right in.
Yeah.
And what if he was like, all right, put the cuffs on me? They're like, no, we threw the case out.
It's out.
But I did it. Yeah, but that's a lot of paperwork. And we threw it in the garbage can. I'd have to go get it out of the garbage can. Or the bin, as they call it.
bin.
I'd have to go get it out of the bin.
Jerry threw a muffin and wrapper in there. It's probably sticky.
It's a banana. It's gross.
Yeah.
Guys, I just... stabbed somebody else.
Yeah.
All right, now we can arrest you. You'd have to do something really bad for us to chase you again.
Like stab someone 11 times? Yeah, that's right. Maybe gouge his eye out.
You'd have to top your last work.
Yeah.
Both
eyes. But that's just, I mean, in life, when you're running not only from your problems, but yourself, that's you gotta look in the mirror eventually. And maybe you'll find yourself where you least expect it, in the metaverse, in this world, while you're under a new, different avatar, talking to other people that are telling you that they're young 13-year-old chicks from Florida probably, and you're like, what? Okay. And then now you're a weirdo trying to get to Florida, and you're like, I can't get to Florida because I can't get my passport. And then now you go to get your passport, and then they're like, oh, didn't you kill someone 11 years ago? And then they're like, yeah, that was me. So then you turn yourself in. Come on, guys. And the secret of getting to the world that you want is to have your friends around you, even if they're ghosts. Because these neighbors of yours, they're your neighbors for life. Even if you move away, you could still keep in touch. The real treasure of life is owning it and being on the ride of your life that you choose to be on in the world of your neighborhood.
I just like pictured you had just a bunch of words just written out there. Because at the end, you just, of it's the world.
Those are my deepest thoughts.
Well,
of it's.
I'm glad we saw them and we were able to embrace them. Speaking of embracing things, we are pulling into the recommendation station where we want to give you something to embrace. We are going to do something special today and flip it over to DJ Sweet and Low to give us his latest recommendation.
Hey, my recommendation for the week is Hyrdoflask. My buddy Mikey turned me onto this thing earlier in the summertime. Left this thing out, had water in it, like 90-degree weather, scorching hot, and left it out for 8 hours in my truck. I come back and still decently chilly, but 8 hours. This thing's fine. I mean, these things are great. You can run them over with the truck. You can put drink in it. It really has the stuff. But I definitely recommend Hyrdoflask. You can get them anywhere. Get them on Amazon, the whole deal. But Hyrdoflask, that would be my recommendation, fellas.
Nice. I also looked them up. They're an American company, so you got to celebrate and support USA. Well, that does it for the 41st episode of the Velocity Chaos podcast. We are so excited that you are here for all of the shenanigans we pulled off today. We appreciate you riding with us, and we hope to have you along the way to episode 50 in 9 episodes.
50-100.
50-100. And then beyond to 50-100 episodes. Thanks so much for your support. Please start interacting wherever you would prefer on all the social medias, or just give us a ring somehow.
Yeah.
Just put it out there. Just kidding.
And then we'll sell it on the Metaverse.
Yeah. Thank you all. Thank you to you guys for being my neighbors. This is Nick signing off.
And this is Luke signing off. Thank you guys again, everyone, for being there. And like we always say, life's a roller coaster. So bring your friends on the shipwreck of a lifetime. Have a good one. Thank you for tuning in to the Velocity Chaos Podcast. We upload new episodes every Monday and Thursday. Be sure to subscribe and rate us on iTunes, Spotify, or your podcast platform of choice. Interact with us on Instagram at Velocity Chaos Pod or on Facebook and YouTube at Velocity Chaos Podcast. We are grateful for your time and hope you enjoyed it here. Please tell a friend, and thank you once again.